All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. We stopped into a church. We pretend to pray. But you know, the preacher doesn't mind. He knows we're gonna stay. Whiskey and I were California dreaming on such a winter's day. How's it going, everyone? Try to make this one short again, but we got some stuff to talk about. And some of this is a little bit incited by, triggered maybe by some of the stuff we run into in the chats when we're chatting in different groups. And as always, I want to say I'm not here to offend anyone. I got my opinions. You know what? When your hair gets as gray as mine, you've earned the right to say, hey, I've kept my eyes open, made it this far. I understand a thing or two about a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two, right? Whatever. Thing is, I'm not here to offend no one, as always. Whether it be in a chat or in my comments or whatever. Sometimes, you know, even on here I sound maybe condescending or maybe come off rude. And that's never what I'm trying to do. You know, it's always respect, whether it's taken that way or not. I just want to be clear that I mean respect, okay? But the thing is, I also want to, if I believe that there's a lot of misleading going on, or you might be misled by something, I'm gonna say it. It's not to be disrespectful to you, to be an asshole or nothing like that. It's to help educate you, right? And that's a fact. We need to make sure we're informed with the truth. So anyways, I put stuff on here to try to come to that truth, so we can come to the proper conclusions. And I want to make a little bit of something clear. At all costs, do not trust your government and do not accept anything they tell you for truth. It's up to you to do your due diligence and find the facts, okay? And many times those facts are not going to be found by the first results on your Google search. Okay, you got to dig deep into some of this stuff. Sometimes even find people who have experienced this stuff. Point being, I'm gonna share 2 clips with you today, and I'll get to that in a minute. Let's understand something. The very government that wants to tell you to support this war or that war, that wants to keep getting us involved in other people's wars, are 100% lying to you, getting you to support everybody else, right? I don't care whether it be Israel, Ukraine, whatever it may be, okay? This is nonsense. Slow down. And we are only damaging ourselves. This same government that you want to trust and you want to jump behind to say, I don't care what side they're from. Oh yeah, I got to support these guys in this war and I got to support these guys in this war, but hate the other people. War, all wars are bankers' wars. The rich and powerful. Meanwhile, us innocent people, no matter what country you're from, we're all the innocent people are the ones dying. Not the rich and powerful. Let's just keep that in mind. Especially right here in America. Too many people are under the assumption that, well, because it's an old saying, that we can't get invaded because behind every blade of grass is an American with a gun. I mean, you can believe that. You can choose to believe that. Once upon a time, that was true. But, you know, the murderers have made huge strides in weaponry, okay? If you think they're afraid of a whole bunch of people with guns while they got massive fucking bombs, you're fooling yourself. okay? Because there's a lot of people acting like America can't get invaded. You know, we're sitting ducks, and people don't want to see that. We certainly are. Our troops are spread out all over this world, with the least amount of them right here in our own country. The country we should be worried about. Making America first. Right? This way. And while our troops are off guarding poppy fields, you know, that we created over in Afghanistan. Well, you know, that's an example. While we're off fighting all these nonsense wars for the rich, we're sitting here sitting ducks, and people don't want to see that. Oh, well, they ain't gonna invade us because we all got guns. You think they give a shit? They got bombs. They don't need to set foot here. And you think someone like China gives a shit? They got numbers of people that could run you out of ammo before you could shoot them all. Okay? That's just the facts. Now, the same government, why would you trust anything they say? They're sitting here getting rid of all of us. When you open your eyes, you see that, okay? They're getting rid of us through our food, but yet you want to say they're being honest with us about these wars. Not you, you know, whatever. This, you know, just something for you to think about. Then you got China, right? Buying up all our farmland. Now let's talk about Smithfield, right? Better pull your support from them. I'll show you this clip, what they've done to take over the pork industry and how they're taking over and controlling the food.
Hey everybody, here I am in Sherwood, Connecticut, on Sherwood Island. There's the little woodchuck hall. Shirley Troubadour asked a question about why Gates and China are being allowed to buy up all the farmland in our country. And I'm going to tell you something that I had an experience with. I spent many years, about 20 years, suing the factory farms, the big hog farms, and the big chicken producers like Tyson and Bo Pilgrim and Frank Perdue. But Smithfield Foods was the biggest pork producer. And Smithfield came into the state of North Carolina. They built a slaughterhouse that could process 30,000 pigs a day. And then they had a partner named Wendell Murphy, who was in the state Senate, and he passed 28 laws in the North Carolina State Senate making it illegal to sue a factory farm. He left and went into partnership with Smithfield, created a way to raise pigs, instead of raising them on farms, to raise them in warehouses called Murphy 1100s. And they dropped the price of pork from 60 cents a pound to 2 cents a pound. It put out of business all 28,000 independent hog farmers in the state of North Carolina, and it replaced them with 2,200 factories, all of them either owned by Smithfield or contracted to Smithfield. The only farmers who could stay in business were farmers who signed that contract with Smithfield to mortgage their homes, to put those big hog sheds, the Murphy 1100s, on their property, and then they lose all control. They become serfs on their own land. Smithfield dictates all their farming practices. It gives them the food. It delivers the piglets, picks up the grown animals, and brings them to slaughter. They put out of business 28,000 farmers, and they control now 80% of the hog production in North Carolina. Because they dropped the price in North Carolina, Iowa had to adopt the same system, had to cave in to Smithfield. They ended up taking control of 80% of the hog production in our country. Then they sold themselves to China. So now China owns all that hog production in America, and it controls our landscapes. And that's the end of Thomas Jefferson's vision of an American democracy rooted in tens of thousands of independent freeholds, each one owned by family farmers, each with a stake in our system of government. And that's why all of this industrial agriculture not only gives us substandard food, but they're also taking control of our landscapes, and that is a huge threat to American democracy.
Just thought this was a very interesting video since I'm out feeding my sheep today. And food security is very, very important. And I wanted you to hear it for yourself, how China has become one of the largest farm owners of American soil. Bill Gates and China, they make you guys to get us all worked up about Bill Gates and China. But did you know that the largest owner of farmland in America is Canada? Yeah, go look that up. I love my little babies. It's old brown tips here. And also, did you know that they bought a railroad that connects Canada to Mexico? Our railroad, we sold to them a couple years ago so they could run a whole connection from north to south. Not sure you didn't know about that, but just in case you didn't, now you do. So I'm gonna go feed Smokey over there. He's looking for his.
Okay, now there's a big recall on raw milk. Okay, you understand now they're trying to say there's a case of H1N1, something like that, the swine flu or bird flu, whatever it is. As I said, I'm going off memory here, so forgive me for that. I think it was in California. You'll have to watch a clip to get the details, but now they're claiming that it was through the buying of raw milk. Okay, raw milk is the most healthiest milk. I want you to understand what's going on here. If you think that's not by design, how in the hell is this shit all of a sudden, for the last few years, all the diseases are jumping from this to that and infecting everything? Oh, but it's not this fucking fake ass milk they want to sell you. That ain't no good for you. Pay attention, okay? They are attacking our food. Or, correction, they're attacking us through the food, right? The WEF, they have their plans, and it's already been stated several times. They got major depopulation agendas by 2025. 2025 is coming in, okay? Now, if they're running behind, you can better bet they're gonna ramp this stuff up. And this is just an example. And they're coming after our good, wholesome food. Natural milk, raw milk or whatever. Yeah, we gotta claim that now suddenly you're gonna get sick from that. You might get sick and find yourself unalive because you bought natural milk, raw milk, right? No, it's the stuff that's good for you. They want you to take in their poisons. They got to get rid of a lot of us. And most importantly, understand this. If we think we're going to win the war that's actually against us, that we're going to win our liberties back, our freedom back, that we're going to sustain being what America's supposed to be, well, it ain't going to happen as long as we sit back and allow our local servants to violate the hell out of us. When we allow our sheriff's offices and our police departments to violate the hell out of us, you're not winning a war that way, okay? You already got the people on the low levels screwing you, and you think you're gonna stop them at the top? It ain't happening. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay safe out there, stay alert, and stay vigilant. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See you.